Come on, this should be it. There we go. Frickin' A. Everything is good. Busy Sunday overall. Sadly, otherwise I would have jumped in. You gotta keep up those points. You may return a card other than me from your hand. We're not quite ready for that, so we're gonna do the Hathor. Yeah, fun always. Alright, should I try to win this game? I feel like I can try to win this game and definitely still lose because it's against Zhao. What's up, Pandy Andy? If I was not fleeting. What is it? Damn. I don't have a good option for that acapella right there. Bum, 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 bum. All right. What's up, Draconis? How you doing? See, the problem is I don't really want to play more than just one match, and the only reason I'm playing one match is because we're not filling it up to 64. I'm trying blind a new deck, so let's see if I can stay awake forever and go back to bed after the first game. How do you try a new deck otherwise if not blind? What is the other way to play? Just waiting for the other player to join? Another acapella training, nice. Paying the one makes it so I don't really have the one for an acapella though, which I would then want the croupier to pick back up. Test it before tournaments start and not watching Netflix. Psh. That's just how you play the game, mate. Who tests before a tournament? What could you do? You don't have any sacrifice. What could sacrifice, though? I don't think anything, right? For 1 mana? Let's see. I'm glad they showed up. When I have a second, gonna go look over at how the bracket turned out. Let's see. We want our Martingale. Let's honestly just try getting rid of a Sandman. Draconis, you registered for the tournament 10 minutes ago. You guys kill me with your last minute registrations. All right, so we had Victor Mata got a buy, El Wee got a buy, Axe Cabal got a all the players who don't need a buy got a buy. Interesting. I I don't know what I should do to better encourage more signups. Earlier today I was kind of worried that if the season gets too long, people might get burnt out on it. Cuz I think this season's going to be a little longer than season 2. I've asked my friends if they want to play today. Sadly, they have a job and prefer sleep. Wife just got back from New York and thought I had already registered. Nice. I gotta remind you guys like 20 times before the event. We don't have any matches complete yet, right? Should I rush to be the first loss? Yeah, imagine needing sleep. It won't let you view the bracket. Why? What did you do? Are you... Yeah, you were signed up far ahead of time. Where are you at? Oh, my headset just totally wigged out. Oh, your game should be coming up against AFTU Hollows. Looks like your opponent did not show up at first. So make sure you refresh, because yeah, if you're not waiting on AFTU Hollows, then you might be in the wrong game. My headset just totally died. I think it's going like dead and gone. Game start. Good job. Oh, I was blinking. I guess I should show you guys my unique a little better, right? I'm just still in the dealing with everything period. What the hell happened? Hello? Okay. So I have this croupier where from hand you may pay 1. If you do, roll a die. On a 4+, you draw a card. On a 1 to 3, you resupply. And when I leave the expedition zone, roll a die. On a 4+, you may return a card other than me from your reserve to your hand. A faunus killing you? Unfortunate. You guys, I freaking biffed it hardcore today out in my yard playing with my dog, and like tore up my shin and everything, and I'm too old for this shit, so I kind of have um a headache as well. Not off you go. No, it's gonna hit my... Oh, it hit my croupier. Okay. I will take this martingale into hand. I think I need to take out the tiny gin. Nobody else is running it, and I keep having to mana. Feels like you're just using tiny gin wrong. Why take something out because nobody else is running it? What's up, Ferris Sparta? Welcome. How are you doing? Man, having just moths out though is not giving me very many options for my acapella. Not quite what we wanted, but we'll take it. Yeah, we're just gonna pass. I need to see an Aphonis. Why do you need to see an Aphonis? Wouldn't you, or were you saying please win to the Aphonis that Draconis is against? Okay, we got a Tanuki. We're first player. We can get rid of one of those lanterns. Our Mage Dancer is gone. Let's do that. Yeah, he's been converted to Muna. He's playing Tasia. I want to see ban Faunus for the next patch notes. I don't think a Faunus needs a ban. Although I do think his hero power is probably one of the best in the game. Dexter is has been listening to me too much and is playing Tasia and then also using Tiny Jin because I love Tiny Jin. But previously used to play in Ordis, so you know, he's not used to taking risks or making sacrifices, so I'm surprised you didn't go for the double move last turn and go for Twinkle Twinkle shenanigans. Oh, yeah, I could, but I don't want to win this game. I just get bullied all the time. I don't think so. I was I bullying? 444. I should be losing faster though. This build's like very good against acapella because there's no point in casting it on like like anything they play really. So it's rather interesting. Yeah, the only reason I'm playing is so that we have closer to 64. So the strategy that I take with Tiny Jin, sometimes I do mana it, and in that case, to me, it's not a downside because that's what Tiny Jin is for, is mana. But I really like it as an opening because I think with Tasia, there is not a single one card opening that blocks it, if that makes sense. So, like using Baba Yaga as an example, yeah, this Lindaway is still gonna get a move when I play the Tiny Jin over here, but it has 4 mountain, so it's going to get me a move as well, and then mana. So in my eyes, I won in that regard. Um, Sometimes, since it's also heavily stacked in mountain, I can get sneaky and maybe sometimes put it out because it's low mana to get myself a move, even if it doesn't automatically get a boost from Tasia. Let me check the other games here. But you are right, not a lot of people play it. DB Trickster didn't show up? What is this? Wait, but is playing at a table right now? Whoever you are, DB Trickster, what the heck? Alright, let's see. If we wanted to stop them... We wouldn't have enough boosts on either of these, so we're just gonna target our Martingale as usual. Yeah. I really need 3 rare aloe vera of Muna. Yeah, it's for some reason that's one of the most like rare rares, and it's also because of that one of the highest dollar rares. Bam 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 boom bam boom beam boom 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 boom. Oh, what a terrible resupply. Uh, just this for funsies. Another cloth cocoon. That's funny. Bam, 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 bam. What if I accidentally win right here? It won't happen, but what if? Ooh. Rolled a 1. No, thank you. I will not take a 1. Hey, boom. That's perfect. After putting out a Chrysalis using a boom. That's nice. Very nice. I dig it. I'm doomed. I lost. Spindle came out. I just made the worst misplay. Mana'd the wrong card and then played on the wrong side. I do things like that all the time. This is just a win right here, right? Yeah, you don't really need to do much else. GG. You got a free win though too, right? Okay, let's get into what we came here for now. Let's refresh, see what we got going on. Let's see. Deimos was missing. Deimos! What are you guys letting me down for? Wait, your game says it's not over yet. You're just already giving up? Let's watch Dexter give up. Wait. I lost. Spindle came out. Oh, Spindle Harvesters. The unique. I was like, what do you mean? That's good for you. You want your Spindle out. I haven't fully decided if Spindle is back in fashion yet or not. What do you guys think? It's just barely out of the box. Oh, let's see. Cut down to there. That works for me. Did Spindle Harvesters, not Spindle Harvesters, the Muna Bastion. I feel like we've been bouncing back and forth. I think right now it's honestly safer pick than it was, like a month or two ago. I think people have maybe stopped running as much permanent removal. All right, let's take a look at El Wee versus Axe Cabal. El Wee, I believe, currently has the most points this season in Ace. There is also a bonus star for tonight. I have seen that the conditions are possibly satisfied, so I'm glad. Oh, I think for as long as Aphanis is so popular, they are kind of mandatory. Maybe it changes once Haven is back. What what part of that makes the Muna Bastion um mandatory? And why does it hinge on Haven? So we have, I was gonna look at the points, but I got sidetracked. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's timed out. I have the document though. Ace tournament. What the heck is this document called? Oh, that's what it's called. Okay, so El Wee is in first. I think Axe Cabal has gone pretty far. Currently in about 18th place. So most certainly in championship contention. I think Muna Bastion is mandatory because Afanis has so much target removal between Off You Go and sleeps that win the game often. It might change with Haven if there's a metagame shift and everyone uses their unique slots for permanent removal. I see, I see. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Maybe that could be the reason that a lot of people aren't running permanent removal right now. Is because Haven isn't around. But one of the other reasons that Muna players would often use the Bastion is because we were on Hydra 90% of the time. But Hydra is just too much of a risk right now. Or at least it was for a bit. But I'm thinking you might be able to sneak it back in for a little bit because of that same rotation we're talking about right now. All right, let's get into this game. We have El Wee Wee on Fen. What is great about this player and this deck is it is not always the same Fen deck. There usually are changes here and there, and always does very well. We saw the Grand Endeavor removal, which does take a lot out of Elwiwi's mana to get rid of. It's the only landmark with Tough for some reason. And now it's going to be just a case of Fen having a lot more to do and hopefully catching up here because of it. You're going to see Siggy start to lose a lot of cards throughout here. So for this Paper Herald unique, it's you may discard a card from your reserve. If you do, return a spell from your reserve to your hand. I'm thinking maybe we see a Martingale go bye-bye and that magical training get picked up. When a card leaves your reserve during the afternoon, up to one target character gains fleeting. Good thing about what Siggy is doing right here is everything already has fleeting, so I was going to say maybe we don't see the Paper Herald played just yet, and an Anansi comes out. There's still a lot on the board that's possible for Elwiwi here, though. The Lyra Scald is from reserve. You may discard a card from your reserve. If you do, draw a card. And then you may put a card from your hand. There you go. Martingale, quick action to pull out the Paper Herald. And then from hand, this Scald is you may put a card from your hand in reserve. If you do, draw a card. Yeah, Elwiwi, very good Fen player, and we see them tie it up right there. With that Grand Endeavor out of the picture, and Sigismar not having too much to show here, card wise, reserve wise, anything like that. It's gonna be tough. Oh, but the Legat did get rid of that unique Scald, which is nice. You're talking about Hydrocina being unplayable. Meanwhile, both of my potential next round opponents have one out on the field at the moment. I mean, that kind of proves my point, doesn't it? It's coming back. All right, for people in the chat, or if you're watching this on YouTube, thanks by the way. Uh, question: What what makes you want to sign up for an online tournament for Altered? What could we all do better? I'm wondering if it's just gotten to a point where there's just too many now. Too many options, too much tournament all the time throughout the whole week. Hello, Mandarin PJ, aka Kankos, aka Citrus Frog. How you doing? Number 2 on the leaderboard for Ace Season 3 currently. Okay, let's see. Sabotage, but it's not really gonna slow down El Wee here. And that's 3 mana for just 2/2/2. There's a very high likelihood, depending on what Sigismar uses his last 3 mana for. It's very likely a double move out of El Wee Wee. The only card I can think of that's low, I guess a Trooper could actually be good. See Foundry Mechanics in here. I think a lot of the cards, though, are going to be pretty weak in Mountain, which is what we see here on both sides. I have the feeling after asked several people, the time is an issue and the day, but I'm living in Europe. Yeah, the day of the week was voted by people in the community. So the time of day is just the usual time that we've always done. I feel like for this season, it's probably too late to change the starting time. But I think even at AWOL on Wednesday, how many people did we have? 69. I guess it's just barely over 64. I'm just trying to get to that 64 so you guys don't have weird buys. We used to do it on Tuesdays, but the Sunday vote won out. I mean, for me, it's actually being better this day and the time. Yeah, I thought Sundays would be better for a lot of people. Nice. Yep. So we saw another monolith come out, which is going to be pretty easy stats wise to cover up. What are we going to see? A Martingale or a Hathor? Hathor, okay. Are all the Martingales in the discard? There's 2. Interesting. Okay, that 1 mana goes nowhere for Sigismar. And El Wee Wee is actually also done. So we go on to a 7th day here. I mean, even AWOL for us, time zone isn't always filled. Yeah, on Wednesdays. But we've been up over 64 for the past 2 weeks or so. I have the feeling that EU in general grows so big on online tournaments. Yeah. I think that's what I'm going to have to do for the wild card is I'm going to have to do an event that is a little better for EU, which means I'll have to take a day off work. But at the same time, the championship is going to be on a Sunday at this time. Maybe we can move it an hour earlier and people won't complain too much. But also, I guess if you qualify for the championship in the wildcard event, it's more worth it for you to stay awake. All right, what is this one? You may return a card from your reserve to your hand. You may discard a card from your reserve. Roll a die. Draw a card or resupply. All right. I feel like at this point, even though there's a pretty big card advantage to Elwiwi, at this point, it's kind of anybody's game. Oh, are we looking for the one small step? Nice. Like that play of the Ortis Overseer, especially at this moment. Either looking for the small step or loading up the reserve for another Anansi to come out, which would be very big right now. But at this point, does have to win both sides or risk going into the arena. Oh, the resupply of a Twinkle Twinkle. It's a very good card to have in reserve. I think I need some water. Ooh, the teamwork training. Might have been a little bit too early, which also probably says that Sigismar has nothing else to play. Or it's a bluff. Let's take a look over at the other bracket real quick. Oh, did we just see a card get played right as it did that? And off you go to get rid of the Legat. Or Legate. Legucci. Let's see. That game is starting. Looks like Tasty Bacon was taken out by Kikma. I think Kikma is new. Freeloader has vanquished Dash J period and Farah Sparta. Oh, they are going to the freaking... Dang. They are going to the arena. Almost every European could easily reach 64 players. Yeah. That's probably what I will do is I'll schedule a day off and the wild card event will be at like 1 p.m. my time. You got the points though, that's what matters. Welcome on in. Bacon, tasty bacon. Alright, so this Ortis Overseer isn't going to do anything because there's no behind. But it doesn't reveal anything in hand at the moment. You got points, and it's pretty easy to qualify for the championship if you at least show up for half the season, I want to say. I also think the biggest correlation with full turn is his number of pings during the week. Yeah, but I hate doing that. I hate having to babysit and remind people. There's prizes on the line every week and in the championship, so there's a screw loose or something in my headset. It's great. But I did it more this week. I reminded more this week. That twinkle twinkle is just sitting right there. And there's only one spy in the discard. I feel like if the spy's not been played on that twinkle twinkle by now, it doesn't exist. And unfortunately, there's nothing for the Sandman to put asleep. So once again makes me think the Sigismar is out. Yep, passes. I played the wrong card 3 times in a row. Good job, mate. Yeah, so this Magpeng Hoarder is going to be great. And then 1 off you go. And that's going to do it. And there's a Ink Caster. There's also 2 Twinkle Twinkles. G's to El Wee Wee. Looks like they are going to remain #1 this season. All right, let's refresh. Let's take a look at something else. Let's see. We got a HAT versus HAT showdown. I do not believe Hat is on our dossier yet. I can take a look. What is that document called? Too many documents. Oh, it is in the early stages. Hat is wait. Why won't it go to that? Elon guy, where are you at? Oh, okay. So it's not finished yet. But Hispanic Altered Team, I think is what it stands for. So we're still waiting on some information here. Misclicked and played my new Sigismar list. Nice. Worst misclick of all time. It's just in your DNA to play Sigismar. Okay, this game's got a pretty good amount of time to go, so I think I'm gonna grab some water while you guys watch. There you go. All right. Thanks for stopping by, Pandy. Good job getting more points. More points always more good. A lot of removal came out from Afanis there, just as we were talking about Afanis and removal earlier. I will be right back. I need water. All right. Ooh, did I miss? I missed another advance by the Tasia. Nice. Okay, so we got a Thespian here. That's gonna come out easily if it's not taken care of by a Tooth Fairy. Feel like any moment a Faunus can start getting scary here, though. You see a clear card advantage. 6 mana. All right. Yeah, the Tasia is out of mana here, but is still going to take a move on the companion side. Like I said, though, this is just where a Faunus gets scarier and scarier. Oh, shoot, I missed something. Um, I missed that the Tasia was also going to get a move on the hero side. Sorry, I was dealing with TO stuff. I was gonna say this is a point where it gets really hard for Tasia, especially because there's nothing established out here really. But with this Sneezer Shroom that has a little extra stats and being face to face, maybe there is hope just yet. Having both an O-Gun and a Thespian here in the reserve is going to be really good unless one gets hit by a Tooth Fairy. But if one gets hit by a Tooth Fairy, you have the other. I would guess you play the Thespian first in this situation, just because there's only a plant in the shroom on that end. Okay, okay. Oh, you know what? Let me. Oh shit. The Tasia took it away. All right, I am gonna put you guys on a match, and I'm going to answer some messages here real quick with my mic muted, and then we'll be right back here. Let's see. Kikma versus Victor Mata. Let's see. Kikma. Okay, has been waiting for the Victor Mata. Oh, I feel like BGA was not correct in how progressed this game was. Uh, let's see here. The Fen might have a chance to hang in right here, though, with the amount of mana and everything. I will give you another match, though, just in case. Let's look at Gibbo versus Triboris. Okay, I will be right back on the screen in a moment. It, it doesn't really help when when it's a window capture and I'm figuring out time and stuff. That's funny. Sorry about that. All right. We have another Tasia winning against a Fen. Let's refresh this one. This game should be over, right? Ooh, it's not over. All right. Let's see. This cloth cocoon chilling right here. Pretty scary. Dang. Look at that. Fen takes it out after being behind against the Sigismar. The mana difference, though. Ooh, there was a Grand Endeavor attempt. Got taken out. Just a lot of removal here from Victor Mata on the Sigismar. Very interesting build. Too much removal from a Fen, though. You got 2 cloth cocoons in here. You got 2 acapella trainings. There was another one right there. Interesting, interesting. All right, let's see if this match is still going here. See if this Fen from Gibbo can take another casualty. Fen is just slaying people left and right here. All over the place today. Okay, what do we got here? Fen is still trucking along, able to hold the Tasia out of a move. Is Fen the new boogeyman? Boogie woman and pumpkin person? Hello, Traboris. Go Tasia. Hope you're doing well. It's a stacked reserve there. What are you gonna get rid of? Hey, good job. Let's see. So right now, 2, 4. You have at least 5 points right now. If you win this one, you'll have 6, and then go on from there. It's a really, really good showing for the first match, first week. It's a good amount of points. It's very easy to show up and lose your first match, and then since it's single elimination, that means you only get 1 point. So already got a good start there. So this navigator, when you play another character with a base statistic of 0 resupply, very good navigator there, especially for Fen. Dracana's gonna be a good play here. Little weak in the forest stat. I always forget what the official one is. I always bounce back and forth between nature. I think it's forest, mountain, and water. because people complain that it's not ocean because forest and mountain are specific things, you know. The Fen just freaking with a base statistic of 0. Oh, it resupplied from the Esmeralda and the unique. Not all of them at once, but yeah, Fen just yeah, just so many tools, and that Anansi is gonna be huge. Yeah, very unfortunate. I feel I have the same issue with Tasia a lot, where really early can do really well, and then once another hero, Fen, Aphanis, Sigismar, has more mana and usually more cards because there's more ways for them to see cards. It gets really hard to close it out. So awesome! I'm glad. I'm glad. Thanks for coming and playing, and thanks for stopping by the stream. It was close. It was a close one. Love seeing Atasia doing well. All right, let's see here. Where are we at? So Kikma took down Victor. Let's see. Gibbo's gonna go against Freeloader. Hat, Takagi, and Ezel Lopez. Let's see. What do we got down here? There's Tradaushi and Hollows. Always the problem with weak card drive with Muna, especially against discard decks. Yep. Didn't get a single freaking unique. I feel like that happens to me far too often. Ooh, alright. We got a Aphanis versus Sigismar here. Pretty neck and neck. What do we have? Just one Sandman and one Moth to a Flame. Alright, what is the Faunus going to do here? Double magical training. That's going to allow Sigismar to double move. Sometimes that is your only option. It will allow the Aphanis to move here on the companion side. Where are we at in the tournament so far? We've got two and a half rounds really. We're now narrowing it down to the final 2 players with the matches we have now. Oh, the final 4 players, 2 matches. So not too much longer. We've been going really quick today. Love to see it. How many people did we have missing? Let's see. We just type missing 15. Oof. I don't like to see that. A lot of people missing today. A lot of people talking in the Discord about how they forgot. Oh no, we're listening to something we shouldn't be. Why you do that? I'm gonna get in trouble. Copyright free lo-fi. No DMCA. Alright, let's try some of this. I love how there's a song titled No DMCA. Alright, let's take a look over here at some other games. Looks like Hat Easy Lopez took down Takagi. And let's give Freeloader a curse here real quick. Freeloader on the Kojo. Look at that. Tiny Jin. Just as we were talking about at the start of stream. Oh. Seeing just these two out for Gibbo. I'm thinking this is looking really good for Freeloader right here. Very easily going to get a move here on Companion. Shouldn't be too hard to get a move here on the Hero. As I was just about to say, though, there are these support abilities available for Fen, which is going to completely lock down the Companion side. When I leave the Expedition Zone, Sabotage. Very nice. Tooth Fairy also gains a boost from hand. Is going to not only move, but also block. They are, however, neck and neck. One thing I do like on Freeloader's side is being in that starting area, but still being tied with your opponent in number of advances. Makes it a lot easier to win one of these sections later on, since you have 3 options. Not to mention the, two Havens out already at this point. About to have a Buddha turn. Turn on some lights, I guess. I don't know if seeing my face is important, but That is one big tiny Jin. The Sandman is kind of useless besides stats from there. Hathor coming out to maybe pick it up later. There is this Tooth Fairy though. Very surprised we haven't seen at least one Haven taken out yet. Feels like it's getting a little too late for the Fen. Especially with how big this companion side is. We'll see what they do. There's a Twinkle Twinkle. Gotta hit the Jin, right? I guess it's equally beneficial because the Tooth Fairy sabotages when it leaves the expedition zone, so both of them would get a benefit when it leaves. Although, can you beat the 3 water now? Ooh, and off you go. Okay. Seems as though that is kind of delaying the inevitable, though, and not getting Fen a move. Playing the Martingale does get a move, so not bad, right? Still neck and neck. Once again, though, Freeloader has a little bit better of a expedition here, having one more terrain option available, and also having the 2 bastions out. This Pathfinder, a pretty good option for the companion side here. Having mana advantage, so not really needing 2 mana if he doesn't want to. Ooh, there's a Cloth Cocoon though. With Fen going first, do we see the Cloth Cocoon? Gotta return the off you go, right? Yeah. And use the Cloth Cocoon. Yep. Alright, there's one Haven down. Could be the Tooth Fairy too, though. It is the Tooth Fairy. Being that there is nothing for Freeloader to sabotage, and that was a bunch of stats. We'll see, though. We'll see. What is the cards in hand? What are the cards in hand? But I was gonna say something different, and then I changed it. Ooh, Nyala not gonna do anything here. It's not. Ooh, exhausted resupply though, but can't use it. And now only 1 mana, and this Pathfinder is enough. Wait, oh shit. I did not know you could do. I mean, it makes total sense. I did not know you could exchange what the exhausted resupply was from Nyala into your hand and do that, though. It makes sense because you choose the operation of your triggers, but good to know. As I was saying, not strong enough to block against the Pathfinder. And now there's going to be this Salvager in the reserve here. And 2 Havens still, and a Buddha. Do, 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 do. There is another cloth cocoon right there, though. I feel like it's too late to take out a Haven, especially with the Salvager being played. It's rough times. Rough times out here, I tell you. Picking back up a Twinkle Twinkle or an Off You Go right here is pretty good, though. Inkcaster. See, the problem is now you've kind of revealed what you have in the way of stats. And Freeloader just has to beat the stats in one section. There's only enough mana to play one removal and then one card. If you play the Off You Go, get rid of that, then you can discard this to play the Inkcaster. It's just not enough, though. It's not enough. Fen is not a monster against Kojo. See how the other games are shaping up. Ooh, this Tradaushi versus Hollows game is neck and neck. We see some moths. Moth in the chat if you know what's up. Looks like El Wee Wee went on to the semifinals along with Hat, Easy, Lopez. We're just waiting to see who goes against who. The Serengar is going to block the Fen. And unfortunately, I think this is good night. Oh, and the Fire Rabbit at the end. GG to Freeloader. Okay. Now we go. We see who moves on. Is it going to be MA or is it going to be AFTU? Showdown of the teams. Brazil is going to win this one. Maybe. Which Brazil though? One Brazil is slower than the other. What is up? How's it going? Thanks for stopping by the stream. What do we see here? Nothing too wild in the discard for be careful what you say in careful what you say in other people's chats. They can click to what does it say? Oh, it went away. When you chat on a table that's not your table, it gives people an option to like mark you somehow, and I forgot how. Slow equals strategic. Sometimes, yeah. But if you run out of time, then the person that has the most time wins by default. And Hollows is about to run out of time. Yeah, strategy. Yeah. It is right here at the end, though. The Sigismar is going to get a double move, and M.A. Tradaushi is going to take it out. All right, so we're going to have a Kojo, a Fen. What else do we have here in the semi-final round? So this is Fen versus Kojo. And this is going to be Tasia, maybe? We're going to go into Freeloader's game. Hope to curse him again. Brazil did win. In this one, though, is it going to be France? Or is it going to be the Swiss? Now it's just stuck on France. Good old Switzerland. Quick game out of the gate here. Already seeing a lovely boosted Magpeng Hoarder. The Buddha is going to eke out another companion side advancement just for chilling. Already seeing the two havens on the board, though. Brazil will still win. It's possible. Go Brazil. Brazil just always wins just by being Brazil, right? See how long these havens survive. Ooh, and a red off of the resupply. Not the best way to get a red. Kind of defeats the purpose if it's going to go away. But maybe there is a helping hand in hand to save the red. I would expect we see the Serengar come out right here, though. Get that card draw going. Vamos! Scram. Shoo. We're cursing you. Oh, no, Serengar. Freeloader did that just to prove me wrong. Or just to get a double move. You know, either one, I guess. I said it before the Ala was out there, so I'm not wrong. Everyone else is wrong. The The meta during this tourney? Same as everywhere else, I think, really. Feel like the meta is really pretty interesting right now. It's like kind of set in its ways, but not fully set. Seen some Fens, some Aphonis, Tasia. I think Freeloader's the only Kojo right now that I've seen. And then a couple Sigismar, of course. Elwiwi is a player that has played Fen for as long as I can remember, and is usually cycling through some different things. Always very interesting to watch the deck progression. Yeah, what is this other match we have? Should have started down here. Brazil versus Spain. Tasia versus Siggy. Looks like they are equal right now. A lot of cards in Siggy's hand here. 6 versus 4 after mana. Or no, before mana. So it's going to be 5 versus 3. 2 card advantage, but 2 cards here in reserve for the Tasia. And a Spindle out. Very good. I don't think Sigismar right now has any permanent removal that he usually runs. Unless it's in the form of uniques, right? There is a Sabotage coming out from the Spy, though. Floral Tent into a resupply of a Lost in the Woods. If I'm playing Tasia v Tasia, I'm not mad about resupplying a Lost in the Woods. But against a Sigismar, I want to use that or pick it up if possible. However, can't play another Order Spy this turn, and Tasia will be first next afternoon. What are we gonna play with our Floral Tint, though? It does have a boost. Ooh, Moona Druid. Okay. The So here in a perfect world will get discarded to play a Spindle Harvester or something. Hey, thanks for the follow. I need to fix that alert. I need to do things that I always say I'm going to do. No play or use of the So. So it's probably going to get yeeted, which is unfortunate. Do you just say it like Joshua Live? Or is it Joshua? All right, let's take a look back at the Elwiwi versus Freeloader. Oh man, Freeloader is zooming. Surprised to see these 2 Havens still out. We know that Cloth Cocoon exists in Elwiwi's deck. Unless I misremembered, did hit my head earlier. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Ooh, is there a world where we see a win here? Straight up? Oh, from the top rope. Good job, Freeloader. Could not curse you. Does anyone have enough points in the season though to take down El Wee having the most points still? Able to pick up a good amount of points tonight, even if not making it to the top 2. Bud is already qualified for the championship, so now it's just all for that sweet, sweet prize of bragging rights on the point leaderboard. All right. You need to play Kojo? Do it. Simon has a very good Kojo deck as well. You could look at his, get some inspiration. All right, what do we got here in this moment? Sigismar with 3 mana left. Ooh, the Hound. We don't see too much of the Hound. But it is coming in handy here to win in that hero side. Tying everything up. Although the Tasia does have this Spindle Harvester that has 3 boosts, a O-Gun waiting in reserve, and a Spindle. And resupplies another Lost in the Woods. I feel like this is not going to be a good time for the Sigismar to play a Grand Endeavor. I'm basically running Simon's list. Nice. Yeah, just looking at the state of the board now. Ooh, also playing the Ortis Overseer for no benefit. If I were to call it here, I would say that the Tasia's got this. Kojo very solid, worth giving a try, not unique, reliant at all. That is what I have heard. Man, and the Hound with no boost. Where that list at? He won the first week. So, Ace Season 3, Week 1. I think I need to go pee before the final match, though. When my expedition fails to move forward, sabotage. If you control a token, characters you control gain 1 boost. Not going to do that quite yet, though. This turn is looking, once again, very good for the Tasia. Basically doesn't have to do anything right here. The one downside is we're going to be a little overloaded in the reserve, but Spindle, pretty easy to get rid of. This is a hard decision. Oh, gets rid of the Lost in the Woods. Interesting. Especially because this hero is in nature right here, or forest. But the protection of the floral tent cannot be understated. I almost would have gotten rid of the Thespian. Because it's going to be hard to get 2 boosted characters. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know if that is a resupply they want or not. It's good stats, so maybe. Especially for the 2 mana coming out of reserve. Ooh, the sabotage. That does leave the Muna Druid, though. Either stats or anchoring if Tasia needs to wait this game out a little longer. This Monolith Legat Legalities is going to be very strong this turn. And as most people know, Muna has no sabotage except for rare Axiom Scrambler, which nobody runs except for a YouTube video. Yeah, I think in the game of Altered, most people say Legat, Monolith Legat. I think there is like pronunciation guides for the characters in Altered. Or they've mentioned it somewhere. Like what you think might be Kelon is actually Kellen. Like Kellen Cylinder, Kellen Burst, things like that. Yeah, this is just chilling right there to give everything one boost. All Tasia has to do is win one side, though. It's going to be very strong. I don't think it's possible this turn. Giving Sigismar a double move. Yeah, this is a rough spot. Yeah. Some of the names definitely are. Especially names that like they've made up and stuff. Like the other day, Yoshi, the narrative director, I think that's his title, was talking about Serengar and how it's just a word that he made up. Woof. Yeah, I think Siggy is getting a double move here. That is one of the reasons I like the Ortis Overseer. If you don't have the mana to play it and you're not behind, or either or, vice versa, whatever, quick action, just create a recruit. Yeah, it's a dope ass word too. I love Haven Serengar. All right. Also kind of sucks that the Muna Druid was played and for nothing. Very hard position right here. Right here could be a Thespian territory, though. And the double boost from the At Noon Sneezer Shroom and At Noon Muna Bastion is pretty good for this guy over here. Nothing amazing. I think just with my experience with Muna at this point in the game, I'm betting on Arena. 2 mana. Is Ogun 2 mana? Ooh, Ogun is 2 mana. There's 2 plants here. There's just so much that Sig. Yep, there's an Ogun. There's just so much Siggy can do, though. But I was gonna say, thinking about Arena, having this Dracana is very good. And the Spy and the Attorney are fleeting for the Sigismar. But Ordis Trooper, just so good for 1 mana. Ooh, and a Frog for 2. If there's another... Damn, nice. Did not have another Trooper. Yeah. This could have been very dangerous if there was another Trooper, but it wasn't. Look, haven't looked at all into Siggy. Siggy is probably your safest bet for being competitive with very low effort. I don't know if very low effort is the right word to say, but Sigismar's starter deck is very strong just in itself. But I don't touch Ordis. No Ordis for me. Except for the Ghoulrang deck that I've been working on for way too long. I had an idea last night, and I'm putting it into test, but I've only tested 1 game so far. And it was against Siggy. So it was a rough test. Yeah, Navenka's a lot of fun. I think the problem with Navenka in the starter deck is people quickly realized there's a better strat than using the permanent that lets you roll an extra dice, being just using Martingale, rare Martingale. So that's where the Navenka starter deck kind of has a downside. But I love Tasia. Tasia's my favorite. Moon is my favorite. My cat wants to get in, and I need to go to the bathroom real quick. So I will leave this for you for a moment, and I will be right back. Okie dokie. Whew. Tasia versus Kojo, though. Ooh, I do. I do not want to go up against this Kojo list. Oh, hi, hi, bud. Sorry, I didn't know you were jumping up. What? I'm almost done. Oh man, you're already busting out the mana eruption? Sheesh. Hi, bud. You're gonna get me all hairy. I do love seeing that it is currently neck and neck, though. We know there are some Lost in the Woods in this deck. Those havens will be a target. I know that Freeloader knows that too, because he be watching. Spectating the games, being a pro competitor. If Freeloader sorry. I was gonna say if Freeloader wins this, then I think that's 30% of AQZ qualified. But both of these players here are actually already qualified because it's first and second. So congrats. Now we see who wins the pack, the Trial by Frost pack of cards. There's the Thespian coming out. Ooh, it's actually unique, my bad. If you control 2 or more boosted characters, up to 1 target character with hand cost 3 or less other than me gains anchored from anywhere. Nice, nice. Dig it? Pretty similar to one of the Thespians I have. This is Revan. Revan says hi. He wants attention. Wants me to go to bed. He has a whole bed and little house in here. It's giving me Harry. Where'd you go? Gotta make sure he's not behind me. What are you playing with? Ooh, something is looking a little wrong here. Tasia has a good setup with 2 plants still out, an L-gun and a Thespian on the reserve, and there's only 1 Haven for Kojo out right now. Gotta think that things are not going quite as planned currently for Kojo. That's gonna be a big old gun too. Two boosts for the Ogun, 3 boosts for the Aloe, 3 boosts for the Jacana. How will Freeloader answer? 8 Mountain isn't too hard to overcome. The question is, can you also stop the hero side? Oh, and there's still 5 mana left for the Tasia. Whew. Yeah, this is gonna be rough. Oh wow. Website's freaking out a little. Just give it a good refresh there. iOS is great at spelling. Wonderful at spelling. Could this be a straight GG for the Tasia right here? This Kitsune, when I go to reserve from Expedition Zone, each player draws a card. At dusk, up to 1 target character, hand cost 3 or less, other than me, gains anchored. What are you doing, bud? Chilling? Why aren't you chilling on your house? The Thespian is still sitting right here as well. Ooh, the Mana Eruption. Goodbye, Kitsune. That means that both players are going to get to draw a card, right? Oh no, when I go to reserve from Expedition Zone. Okay. The Tooth Fairy can still be played. That's not enough to stop the win, though. Ooh, Freeloader calls it GG. That was a quick game, but congrats to both players for qualifying for the Ace Season 3 Championship. Both very good games. Looks like the Kojo in Freeloader was just not able to get fully set up, and Tasia had just about everything you could want. Yeah. Well, congrats. With that, I think 30% of AQZ is qualified for the championship, right? Let's see here. Is this person in the Discord? Easy Lopez, Hat, Javi Navarro. I don't know. Maybe. Okay, I can finish this message after. Okay. So, in first, we had Hat, Easy Lopez. Second was Freeloader. Third was El Wee Wee and Tradaushi. Let's see here. So, I will get the points. Hopefully, complete 100% by like Tuesday. See a lot of new names in here, so I'll have to expand the sheet a little, do some math. Unfortunately, we had a good amount of people not able to make it tonight. Some people missed, some people, there's been daylight savings, things like that. So this VOD will go up on my YouTube after the